Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. If you're new, hello, my name is Zoe. Today's video is very exciting because I'm engaged! While I am filming this, it has been 4 days since I became a fiancé. So I'm going to do a little story time, but I'm also going to include pictures and videos because while there was no videographer, I just happened to have the best friends in the whole world and they all like vlogged for me. They all took videos, and not only did they take videos, but they took them landscape so that I could put it into a YouTube video or make a YouTube video out of them, and that's just the sweetest thing ever. I guess we will start at the beginning, which, well, first of all, I have been with Micah since high school, so we're like high school sweethearts. So we've been together for 5 years. Before you're like, were you expecting it? Was it a surprise? I knew that it would be this year, and I had a feeling that it would be in September that he would propose, but I didn't know when. I didn't know what weekend or what day, or if he had a plan, what that plan was. I had a feeling that my friends knew, but I didn't know that all of them knew. Apparently all of them knew. And they did a really good job of hiding it. But yeah, so the day of the engagement was like a total surprise, and I'll get to it. So it happened on a Saturday. It started off as a very normal Saturday. Like, this is a little foreshadowing, is that morning I was like putting on like gold rings and stuff, and both my mom and my sister were in my room with me, and as a joke I was like, I wonder when I'm gonna have a permanent ring. That day, I said that day, and my mom just like chuckled and she was like, someday. But she didn't say it in a weird way. Like, nothing throughout the day gave it away. I just think it's so funny that I said that day, and then that afternoon I got a permanent ring. We're going about the day. Micah and I had already had plans to go to dinner. You might be thinking, well duh, if you're going to dinner, then like how could you not see it coming? It's because there's this restaurant, it's new, I've been wanting to go for a while, but it's like a little bit fancier, and it seemed to be like booked pretty often. And then we found out that one of Micah's friends worked there, so it was kind of my idea. Like, I was like, ooh, let's get in touch with your friend, see if you can get us a reservation, blah blah blah. So we had worked it out to where we were gonna go to dinner that Saturday night, and it was like fancy, like we were gonna dress up, but I didn't think anything of it because I knew that was happening for like a week or two, and I was prepared. I was excited to like wear this green dress that I hadn't worn. I was just like, oh, fancy dinner, like we don't do that, we don't really go on fancy dates, so I was excited. So anyway, back to Saturday. Micah comes over like an hour before we're supposed to go. I'm like getting ready. I pull out my dress and he's like, oh dang, like I should have worn black. And I was like, why? Because he was wearing like a teal turquoisey shirt, and he was worried about the colors clashing, and I was like, okay, and like who cares? Not like we're gonna be photographed. Wrong. One of the things that I thought was weird, like in the back of my mind, was the fact that he went and like asked my mom like if he thought the colors were clashing, and then my mom was like pulling out different dresses for me to wear as options, and I was like, no, like I want to wear this green dress. I've been excited to wear it, I'm gonna wear it. So in hindsight, now I'm like, oh, they were trying to like make sure the colors went together so that the pictures would turn out well. My mom helped me fix my hair because it was kind of frizzy, and then with my nails, oh my gosh, my nails were a whole thing because I had on like nude gel nail polish. It didn't look bad, but it wasn't my favorite, and I had planned on taking it off, so I took it off. My friends did try to get me to go get my nails done with them, but they didn't try hard enough. Not anything on them, but if they did try hard enough, I would have caught on. But I remember getting multiple texts from friends that now I'm like, oh, they were trying to get me to go get my nails done. So anyway, that day I had taken off my nail polish before Micah had gotten there, and I put on press-ons. They were not glue-ons, they were just press-ons. 5 minutes into Micah being here, 5 of my nails popped off. 5 of them, but I wasn't freaking out because I was like, not like I'm getting engaged. It's fine. So then I just took them all off and I was bare nailed. 2 minutes before we left, I randomly decided, you know, I'm just gonna paint them white. Like, we're going on a date, I wanna feel put together, so let me just quickly paint them. So glad that I did that, because if I hadn't, I would have been so sad. It's not like the biggest deal in the world, but I wanted my nails to look good. Painted them white, that's what I still have on. So we leave the house, we're gonna go to dinner, but he's like, I really want to catch this game. He had told me before that there was a certain game that he wanted to watch, go watch a little bit of it before dinner. So I was like, cool. It's just weird though that the place he chose to watch the game, it wasn't like a normal sports bar or anything, which is what I was expecting if you were gonna watch a game. We actually went to this nice hotel downtown. I was like, do they have TVs? He's like, yeah, and they did. But we went to this hotel and we sat down, we have our little drink menus, we're about to order, and he's like, oh, I forgot my wallet, which was true because he forgets his wallet all the time. So I'm like, oh, okay, so let's get up, go to the car, and get your wallet. The weird thing now I see is that we didn't go out of the hotel the way that we came in, which was through the front doors. He's like, no, let's go this way instead, like through the side door of the hotel. And I was like, okay. I thought nothing of it. I feel very like oblivious right now because there were quite a few things that, like, looking back, I'm like, okay, that was weird. Like, how did I not catch on? But we walk out the side door and I'm like walking a little bit ahead of him because I'm like, let's just go get the wallet. He's like, wait, hug? I was like, and in that moment, I was like, okay, something's weird because we are not a PDA couple. We don't do that. I mean, no one was around. It was just us out there. But like, to me, I'm like, this is a normal day. We're just going to get your wallet. Like, why do you want a hug right now? I'm like, okay. I give him a hug and his heart was beating incredibly fast. It was beating so fast. And when I felt that, I was like, it's happening. It's happening. It just like, it dawned on me. I was like, yeah, he's really nervous about something, and that's what it is. Because on the way to this hotel, and even while he was at my house, he was very talkative. He never really, like, he's not the most talkative person ever, but he was just talking more than usual. I did find it to be a little bit weird, but I didn't think it was weird until we were in the car and he was like blasting music and talking, and he just seemed very energetic. And now I'm like, hey, he was actually just very nervous and he was trying to get his jitters out. And I do remember thinking in the car, this is weird. He seems off. And in the back of my mind, I was like, I wonder if I'm getting proposed to tonight. But I kept shoving it away because I was like, nah, like, no, it's not gonna happen, like, whatever, like, because I didn't want to get my hopes up and then it not happen. But on the way to the hotel, I did think about it because I was like, he seems very different right now and I think something's up. So anyway, back to the side of the hotel. He asked for a hug, I give him a hug, and then we kissed. And then I was like, okay, this is weird. The fact that we are out in the open, like, sure, no one was around, but like, why are we doing this right now? But at that point, I knew that it was happening. Like, once we hugged and I felt his heartbeat, I knew he was about to propose. And I started freaking out. I think I blacked out because the whole interaction out there felt like 15 seconds. Like, when I think back on it, I'm like, wow, like it felt so fast because I don't think my brain was working in the moment. But yeah, after the hug and the little kiss, he started pulling something out of his pocket and I saw the box, and then I think I blacked out. He got down on one knee. I literally was freaking out. Like I semi-ran. I was like, oh my God, no! Obviously I wanted it to happen. We've been talking about it for a long time. It's not like I was ever gonna say no. I've been very excited about this. I think it was just that I had no idea about anything. I was freaking out and I like looked to my side and my friend Lauren is over there with her camera. And I'm just thinking like, wow, he thought of everything, because when I've thought about him proposing, I honestly didn't know if he would like get a photographer and like do all that, but the amount of thought that went into this day is like crazy to me. And I almost started crying last night because I just was like, oh my boy, like he loves me. I did not cry in the moment. I cry very easily, but when it comes to big moments like that, I just don't. Like I definitely teared up, but the tears didn't fall, and that seems to happen to me with a lot of big things. Like graduation, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry so much at graduation, like blah blah blah, and I didn't. I think it's because there's just so much adrenaline, there's so much like going on in my brain that I just can't bring myself to cry. But I had to like ignore my friend taking pictures. She wasn't close to us, she was like across the street. She just started getting into photography and I was hoping that she would like photograph my proposal. After the proposal, we went over to my friend, I said hi, gave her a hug, and then we did like a little 30-minute engagement shoot. But that's not all. After this little 30-minute engagement shoot thing, we say goodbye to my friend, we get in the car, and he's like, okay, let's just pop by my parents' house, show them, because they live like right down the street. I was like, okay, yeah. And he was like, and then we'll go to dinner. We get in the car. I'm FaceTiming my cousin on the way because I tried to FaceTime Gracie and Emma, who you guys have met on other vlogs if you've been subscribed. They are two of my best friends and we have a little group chat, and I was trying to FaceTime them and neither of them picked up. Hung up, called my cousin instead. You're probably like, why didn't didn't you call your mom? It's because I knew I was seeing them later, like when I got home after dinner. And obviously they already knew. I called my cousin. Then we pull up to his house, we walk in, and all of my friends are there.
Hey Zoe, we are on the way to Micah's house for your engagement.
You might be engaged by now. And we're coming to celebrate you. Woohoo!
Just saying hey to the ring camera.
And this is you guys at 310 and 310. And I'm 310.
That was semi. Yeah, that's normal.
Semi, yeah. Wow, this is semi at 310.
Starting to grow old.
And this is you guys also at 310.
And that's right. That's right.
Selfie, you guys. Another selfie in the mirror. This is you guys on vacation. You guys also on vacation.
That's at the parkway. That's the parkway right there. Okay.
I can see the person I know I should be. 'Cause honestly, I don't have no time to wait. To come back to you because now I see we were meant to be. Where are you now? Heard you live far away, but just tell me where and I'll come see ya. 'Cause I'm afraid that I'll end up here alone. Hope you'll understand how much I need ya. Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid. 'Cause all we had was us. If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be. 'Cause honestly, I don't have no time to waste. I'm trying to come back to you because now I see we were meant to be.
After college, like everyone kind of moved back home or moved somewhere else. Most of us, I mean all of us are still in North Carolina, but we're like an hour away or 2 hours away or 3. So I mean the last time I saw some of them was like a couple months ago. Some of them I haven't seen since May, which was graduation. Well, my friend Teague, who is also one of Micah's best friends, and they've been best friends forever, I hadn't seen him since 2021, so 2 years. And then Hannah, who you guys know, one of my best friends, we were roommates in college. I haven't seen her in a year. I think that's the one that shocked me the most because we've tried to see each other and it just hasn't worked out. Another one of our roommates is getting married and her wedding is at the end of this month, so we were going to see each other in just a couple weeks. And I was like, oh my gosh, so excited to see you. She even texted me that day and was like, hey, like what you doing today? Normal, like I didn't think anything of it. I was like, we're going on a fancy date, blah, blah, blah. I'm so excited. And I was like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm gonna go work into the store today. She works at a little boutique. I was like, cool, whatever. Lies. She was there. I mean, my whole family was there. His family was there because it was his house. I'm still so overwhelmed at the thought that they were all there. And I'm about to go see them. We're going to a football game in Boone. Since graduation in May, we've all been like so excited for this football game because it's like, oh my gosh, we're all gonna be together like for the first time in forever, blah, blah, blah. I'm still super excited for it, but I didn't know that I would be seeing them all together. We would all be together before that. And they were in my city the night before. They all went downtown like to the bars and like they couldn't tell me because if I knew that every single one of my friends were here, like obviously I would know. They took a picture of Micah and I together to the bar with them, and so they were like going out with us. That's when they started taking videos and stuff, so I will insert a bunch of videos here for you to see right now.
Zoe and Micah is so close to y'all's engagement, and I just want to thank you for your friendship. And I can't wait for y'all to No!
We're so excited for tomorrow.
I just tried to look sad.
We cannot wait. You have no clue. And I love that.
So yeah, I guess technically Micah and I went downtown with them. All of their locations were off too, which is so funny because I don't really check people's locations that often, and I'm so glad that I didn't check that weekend, because if I did and saw that all of their locations were off, I would have been like, where is everyone? What's going on? There were decorations, there was food, and then we all went out after the little, I guess technically it was an engagement party. So I just have the best friends ever. I cannot believe everyone showed up. I think that was like the best night of my life, the best day of my life, the best second half day of my life. I don't know. It was just amazing. If you want a close-up of the ring, here it is. Please don't look at my nails. I'm getting them done soon. Apparently, he has had the ring since February. I had no idea. I love it so much. This is the ring that I wanted. Like, I had a Pinterest board of like inspo of rings that I had wanted, and they all basically looked like this. I think that's it. I don't think I missed anything. That's basically my engagement story time. We never did go to dinner. That was not happening. That was a ruse, I guess, to make sure that I would be dressed up and look good. These flowers back here were in the room. There was like where the cupcakes were. First of all, the cupcakes were in the shape of a ring. The room that the cupcakes were in was like fall decorated, fall themed, which was so cute. And then the kitchen where the rest of the food was and all the people was like a pink theme, which is like, my people know me. It just, if you were there or tried to be or whatever, if you had any hand in my engagement, thank you. Like, I love you, because it was seriously like the best day ever, and I felt so loved. I still feel so loved. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Anyways, that is the story of my engagement. I don't think I left anything out. So subscribe if you have not already. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot more on Instagram and TikTok. Instagram is my main platform, and I post basically everything on there. Comment on this video, like this video, do all of the things, and I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye.